Disclaimer, if I'm wrong about the lore, you can smash that dislike button. Anyway, to the lore! Philip Ajomo left his town with nothing but his hopes and a new beginning. He got a job offer from a small scrapyard that loved to pay the police to turn a blind eye, but he didn't care. As long as he wasn't a part of it, then it's fine. And he loved crushing the cars. Until one day he found a young man tied up in the trunk of one of the cars. He freed the man, and the man bolted and tried to escape, but he only got so far before the boss slit the man's throat. Ojomo demanded answers, and reality struck him. The boss told him that every car he has crushed had a soul inside. All part of the service, he said. Ojomo, in a rage, threw his boss in the crusher, and the only thing left that was poking out was his head. He ripped the head off, taking his skull and spine, and he was never seen again. So, like my last how-to, the Wraith gets overshined by a lot of killers, like this thing. Because of this, you don't really see the Wrath in game, and when he is, he's really just underestimated when he shows up. But I'm gonna say this now. The Wraith is an unholy speed demon who can and will fuck you up. This isn't a killer glow up. This is an assassination, a violation of life itself, because unlike other speed killers, you won't see it coming until you hear whom the bells toll for. Alright, so like the Predator, you can be fucking invisible. And like him, stalking your prey is the #1 strategy. Either one, you can loom around them and see where they run, or two, you can just jump them when they least expect it. While you're invisible, the Wraith is one of the fastest killers in the game. Like, if the Wraith wasn't stuck in hell, he would be in the Olympics. So what I said earlier about stalking can get thrown right out the fucking window, because you're always going to catch up to them. But hold it, wait a minute. You have to uncloak to even be able to attack them, which you have to ring the dinner bell before you can start your hunt. You do get a small speed boost after the bell is rung, but stalking and getting right next to their fucking ear will most likely won't give them the chance to run away. Saying this, be aware of where the pallets and windows are, which this becomes more of an understanding of the map, so that you don't want to be looking like Zorro. As I said already, the Wraith isn't like any of the other killers, because he loves to cosplay your dad. And the fact you run faster than almost any other killer with no drawbacks. Otherwise, you can take advantage of the corners by stalking and knowing where they're gonna go, so you can uncloak early and smack them to fuck them up. This scares them to make irrational decisions and starts doing random shit, which makes them easier to hunt. Or unless they're emotionless and they play well under pressure, but hey, you still gotta hit, and it's back to either hunting or stalking. Hunting is the normal chase. Hunt them down, knock them down. Easy as that. Stalking, though, takes some brains, which many of you, including me, don't have them. So, I'll put it simply. Hit a guy with stick. Human, run away like little bitch. Become invisible. Human think they're safe. Ring bell. Human shits themselves. You also just go back and forth between the two with the ultimate mind fuckery by making them think you're chasing one survivor when just popping a different one, becoming invisible and making them think that you're running away when you can just pop up right in front of them. Remember, the Wraith is Sonic the Hedgehog, and if you use your brains, you're able to get right in front of the survivors no matter what and pop them. As stated, for the millionth time already, the Wraith is fast as fuck, and unlike other killers, he can bolt to other generators and working on them give the experience of getting stabbed by a child on cocaine, a fast little fucker that you can't run away from. And what's even more funny is that you could damage gens while you're cloaked. Same thing with drop pallets, so at this point the survivors are crying, or they're annoyed and they want to be dusted by Thanos. So, the best thing you do as any killer is to listen for gens. If you hear a gen, it's either a survivor working on it, or it was being worked on. Either way, break it and keep moving. The Wraith, from this list alone, can be one of the most brutal and violent killers. He can turn invisible, walks faster than Usain Bolt, and there's almost no drawbacks to his abilities. However, there are ways to outsmart this invisible bastard. This one is very simple to do. Like ex-girlfriend, keep a 12-inch pole between you and the other survivors. This covers more ground and lets more gens get worked on. Even with the Wraith speed, he cannot cover that much ground. So if he finds a survivor, the other one's already working on their gens. So play decoy for as long as you possibly can. And I don't really suggest this, but you could technically stick together if you have the right items, but gens just don't get done fast enough, and including the Wraith's speed, you can't escape because it takes too long. At max, you would be in pairs, so that one can distract the Wraith while the other one gets back to work on the gen or helps you entertain him. Keep moving, be aware of other survivors so you don't bump into each other. The map is a make or break for the entire game, and the killers can either struggle or absolutely dominate the game, and wide spaces is where the Wraith thrives. With his speed, he can easily run straight to gens and there's no even ground, but in tight spaces, for example Raccoon City, it's harder for him to run. He thrives with corners, but a map with only corners with the multiple floors and ups and downs makes getting to gens so much harder. With this, the Wraith can't really stalk you when you can just take sudden turns or run randomly to lose track of him. And one tiny detail I didn't mention about the Wraith that ruins him is that he's not fully invisible. You can see him if you're paying attention. It's not as noticeable in wide maps, which is why he thrives in wide maps. But in a tight map, at that point he might as well be wearing a fucking lighthouse on his head. So just be aware and stay calm and don't stop running. This one's a little bit vague, but the Wraith stalks, and if they understand the map, they'll know how to beat your ass. But when you do random shit and do run in random directions or just do anything that's stupid, they're gonna have a harder time figuring out where you're gonna be. This can be done by just hugging walls and waiting for them to pass by, quietly going through lockers when you're good enough distance so they can't see you. Or just be loud as fuck and dropping pallets out of nowhere, jumping out of windows. Being random or being smart, as long as you play your cards right, you can easily get away. These are all great tips to counter the Wraith, but as Sun Tzu said, if someone gut punches you to hurt the soul, you go for their balls to kill the souls of the future. If you don't want to be put down like John Wick's dog, then don't mindlessly chase someone like you're their little bitch. If you see that they're separated and the survivor is putting you into a loop, you don't have to chase them. Go check other gens. Keep the survivors on their toes. Make sure their progress is as slow as possible. Just know when to walk away from a chase so you can go check on others. This game isn't only about the kills, it's about making the survivors feel your pain and become the fucking boogeyman they fear most. Perks change the game and makes the survivors confused ray fucking pointless. And also, you have a better chance at tight corners if you use the right ones. Personally, I use Unresenting, Iron Grasp, Brutal Strength, and Predator. These perks allow me to have faster attacks, track the wounded, and transport the survivors onto a nice and comfortable hook. And how I said in the last how-to, read everything. This is just the basics of how to play the Wraith, not this is the only way you have to play the Wraith. This is made for people who want to get used to the killer and adapt their skills so they can adjust the perks to something they're comfortable playing in. And something that will help you get into the comfortability is understanding what each perk does. Also, you can use add-ons. I'm not saying don't use them, but I'm not using them in this video strictly because I just want to show the perks alone. But use everything to your disposal when you have the chance to. Either way, if you're playing as a survivor or as a killer, there's one rule that more people should follow. Have fun with the fucking game. Quit bitching about the small shit and rage quitting. I understand when you get mad at one thing, but if you're screaming and breaking shit over getting hit once? Really? And as I said before, flashlights are basically shit in a spotlight. It's not that hard to avoid a flashlight. Quit crying over it, have fun with it, start dancing with survivors, flirt with the killers. Be gone, fuck! Just have a soul when you play this game. And maybe next time when you get hooked or you get a fucking piece of plywood dropped on you, start laughing. Ay, 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 ay.
The army of flash. Please change your toolbox to a flashlight. Please do, for the love of God. That would be so funny. Please. I want an army of flashlights. Please, dude. Please do it. Do it. I know you can't hear me, but fuck's sake, please, dude. Please, I am begging you. Surprise, bitch!
Challenge yourself. Do something daring that's not normal to do. Because what is a game without a laugh? Thank you all so much for watching another how-to video. I really enjoyed the fact you guys are starting to enjoy this shit that I make now. I'm trying to get better at editing, and it's something I'm just not used to. I'm used to just being lazy and not being able to just editing all the way, but I'm trying to force myself to edit more often and give you guys better content. So if you guys want to like critique me and say like, oh, she's done this better, done that better, tell me, and I'll try my best to do it better. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed. There's a Discord in the description down below if you want to join that. You can list me some shit. You can tell me games you want me to play, and I'll play them eventually. So hope you all enjoyed. I'm host Kamo Skelly. Hit that like, subscribe button. I'll be here with another how-to video. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.